In this update, we've rebalanced the stats of 6 heroes. Lots to talk about today, so let's get to it. Leviathan. The attack range of Leviathan's air defense system and side cannons has been increased by 1 cell. The Devastation active ability now deals 20% more damage, and its time to prepare has been reduced by 0.5 seconds. The cooldown of the Thermal Traps ability has been reduced by 3 seconds. With these changes, Leviathan will finally unleash its full potential and dominate the battlefield once again. Wasp. Acid Burst active ability. The damage amplification effect against enemies has been reduced from 60% to 40% at the maximum upgrade level. This change was made to help balance the Leviathan's upgrades. Acid Burst was working a bit too well in combination with the Leviathan's nuclear missile, wiping opponents off the map. Along with this adjustment, we're doubling the damage of the acid projectile, and Wasp can now attack her target while using the active ability. Beholder. The increased damage effect of the Vulnerability Scanner active ability has been reduced from 50% to 40% at the maximum upgrade level. This mirrors the changes made to Wasp and Leviathan. We're aiming to make Beholder's combination with Solaris or Atlas less dominant. Combining 2 powerful active abilities was producing excessive burst damage. Additionally, at the maximum upgrade level, the detection range for infantry and forests has been increased to 5 cells, and for submarines to 8. We've also moved the sight range upgrades to earlier ranks. Now, Beholder performs its primary role, reconnaissance, more effectively. Saraphim. Base movement speed in ground mode has been increased by 13%. Repair efficiency, both base and upgraded, has also been increased by 30%. Experienced commanders know, when a hostile salamander or a few porcupines lock onto you, the best move is to land the Seraphim. In ground mode, it has higher armor and takes less damage. With these improvements, Seraphim can repair faster and move in sync with your army under the protection of an energy shield. Salamander. Previously, Salamander recovered durability faster while in water. Now its repair speed is the same on land and at sea. To clarify, this refers to workshop repair, not its passive ability. Mole. The field repair workshop radius has been increased by 0.5 cells, but the maximum HP restoration rate for allied units is now reduced to 200 HP per second. This primarily affects Bison, which, in combination with Mole, used to be nearly indestructible. We've also extended the duration of automatic turrets by 5 seconds, and increased their durability by 7%. This allows Mole to deal more damage using its active ability. What do you think about these changes? Share your thoughts in the comments. In this update, we've rebalanced the stats of 6 heroes. Lots to talk about today, so let's get to it. Leviathan. The attack range of Leviathan's air defense system and side cannons has been increased by 1 cell. The Devastation active ability now deals 20% more damage, and its time to prepare has been reduced by 0.5 seconds. The cooldown of the Thermal Traps ability has been reduced by 3 seconds. With these changes, Leviathan will finally unleash its full potential and dominate the battlefield once again. Wasp. Acid Burst active ability. The damage amplification effect against enemies has been reduced from 60% to 40% at the maximum upgrade level. This change was made to help balance the Leviathan's upgrades. Acid Burst was working a bit too well in combination with the Leviathan's nuclear missile, wiping opponents off the map. Along with this adjustment, we're doubling the damage of the acid projectile. And
Greetings, everybody! I am Iconi Angelos, the community manager at Gear Games, and today is a Friday, which means it's yet another stream from us. I really need to get a haircut. Welcome everybody. I wish I could have a cat cam set up here or show you the cat, but the cat is sleeping under the blanket. I hope you guys are doing well though. I have my tea ready. Let's we have a lot to talk about today. So I hope you're all ready. Get your snacks, get your drinks. How are you all doing? I see a lot of people are already in the chat. Hello, hello. Please try to stick to English. Thank you very much. People are already discussing the new balance update, which is exactly what we're here to talk about, the Old Guard update. I suggest we start by rewatching once again the video that we made and published yesterday discussing all the changes, and I will add a couple comments on I'll add a couple comments on what exactly the changes mean, yeah? Next week, we're going to see a clean-cut Iconia, hopefully, yeah. Well, assumedly so, I suppose. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's watch the video, and then we'll talk about the changes. And I have something, actually, for you. We're going to have graphs to talk about, guys. Get excited, we're going to have graphs. All right, let's watch the video first. The Old Guard update. I think I'll turn off the sound, because we have already heard the sound plenty of times, and I think you guys already heard it a bunch. While we were waiting for the stream to start. But first things first to cover is the Leviathan changes. Leviathan has been, for a long time, quite an underperforming hero. So we have decided to make some changes to the Leviathan. First of all, the air defense system and side cannons attack range increased by 1 cell. Why is that necessary? Because the side cannons and the main cannon have... first of all, the side cannons... and the main cannons have a difference in range, as is known. But for some people, it felt that it seems that the difference between those ranges makes the Leviathan use the side cannons a lot less. So we decided to improve that. The air defense system also had its range increased because by default, a lot of people skip the air defense system upgrades. And as a result, their Leviathans have very low attack range on their air defense. So we wanted to change that for a little bit. Next, obviously, we have some of the other changes to the active ability. The active ability, the devastation. I'm not actually going to pause here for a little bit. I'll just click here to come back for a while. But the active ability got buffed. Damage goes up. Launch time goes up. Leviathan and Wasp are two heroes that were always really good together, yeah? But by itself, Leviathan's active ability felt very lackluster to a lot of players who wish to use the hero more, but don't necessarily perhaps have the micro to use Wasp and Leviathan together, so we decided to give the ability a bit of a boost, and also the launch time, because the launch time of the ability is so slow that even the Confederation, a lot of the times, is able to just get away from the ability, even if you launched it at a stationary enemy. Let's have a look at the chat here. Good evening, Iconia. Hello, everybody. Yes. Put some of your own music with the video. I think I have some music here actually. Yeah, let's put on this music. Will it work? Yeah, it works. Okay, I'll put on some music in the background as well. Turn off the Art of War background here. We'll put on some music in the background and talk about the changes. Iconia hates me, Dominator. The Dominator account has been banned. I don't know about that. I haven't banned it on this stream, so I'm not sure. Shout out to Gear Games for always keeping the game fresh. Yeah, the point of the updates obviously is to keep the game fresh, and we want the goal is to release more updates to balance. More balance updates are coming. We already are thinking about new balance changes to introduce in the future. Now let's keep on talking for a little bit about the actual changes here. We also have improved the passive ability duration, the recharge time by 3 seconds, because a lot of the time they are they're not impactful. You just proc it with a single vertex, you proc it with a single typhoon, and then you destroy the defenseless Leviathan with your aviation or your anti-air. This should happen a bit less. Maybe it will allow it to be a bit more survivable. We would like that to happen. Now, as the video progresses into the next hero, I believe that's what it's about to do here. Yep. we're going to actually switch a little bit and talk about some graphs. I think it's a good opportunity to bring them up right now, so I'm going to do that now while we are on the subject of the Leviathan. Last time, a couple months ago, when we introduced some balance changes, I showed some win rate graphs, and I think that's what I'm going to do today as well. Just going to quickly check the comments here. People are posting. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, by the way. Watch on whatever platform you prefer the most. Hello from Sudan. Hello. If you own the gun, get home and crush it. Solaris needs nerf. Okay, so let's talk about these two heroes, Solaris and Leviathan. I got you guys some fresh stats out of the oven. Some graphs. So, I'm going to explain what these graphs are in a little more detail, yeah? I understand that the text is very small. I'm sorry, the text will be small. This graph shows data for the past 3 months. That's why there's 3 columns, yeah? If you check the dates underneath, you will see that they are for the past 3 months, not including November, so no stats for November yet. And this graph in particular is Leviathan win rate in ranks 18 and above, and win rate 80% and above. I picked this bottom line for the graph because that's what my statistics are in the game. Let me just quickly show you guys. Let me just quickly show this in the game, actually. If you click on my profile, Akoni Angelos in the game, rank 18, 80% win rate. So if you're worse than this, you're playing worse than the developers. Is the text size average or what? I mean, if maybe it is not small. Maybe you guys can actually see it. But yeah. Oh, it restarted the video. All right, I'll pause it. And let's go back into the slideshow here real quick. So this is the win rate for Leviathan. Now, I hear you ask, what's the win rates for Solaris? With the same exact input. Yeah, we have rank 18 plus, 80% win rate, 3 past months. Solaris. It's much higher. As you can see on this graph, the Solaris has 3% more win rate at these ranks already. There's no music in the video. Yeah, it's not meant to be because it also has the voiceover. I just have some music playing in the background right now. But yeah, look at these two graphs. We got Solaris. Let me actually enlarge the images for myself as well. We got 63% win rate in the past month. So it's about 58 to 63% win rate for Solaris. And for the Leviathan, we have much worse statistics. We have 58 to 60. So Leviathan was underperforming. Now these changes are not going to make it broken, obviously. It's a little, it's slight changes if you think about it. We've got air defense systems and side cannons attack range increased by 1 cell. That's going to be extremely impactful, you guys. We've got devastation damage up by 20%, launch time reduced by 0.5 seconds. This is the biggest change so far. It's going to make the Leviathan more usable, and we would like it to be more usable. We'd like it to be cooler. And also, the thermal traps recharge time, we'd like it to be a bit more survival. So, with these changes, we assume that the Leviathan win rate is going to bump up and is going to actually match the Solaris now. As you can see here, Solaris is already doing very well. A lot of people are asking, why aren't you changing Solaris? Why aren't you changing Cerberus? Those heroes are already doing extremely well. We don't need to introduce changes to heroes that are already in a really good place. We've got Solaris here already comfortably sitting at 63% win rate. We don't need to introduce any changes to it. No battles. Do not invite me to battles. But yeah, let's have a look at some comments here. What are you talking about? Talking about win rates. Okay. The game's unbalanced. Matchmaking is shit. Matchmaking is not shit, guys. Actually, we're planning to make a video about matchmaking very soon, about the way the matchmaking system works. It's going to be, well, it's not a high priority video, but it's going to come out in the future. Personally, the Cerberus needs a nerf. I don't think it does, necessarily. I don't think it needs a nerf, personally. You prefer the old style or new style, especially characters' faces, if you watch anime? That is an off-topic question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I think there's charm to both. I think there's charm to especially when a studio has a particular style of drawing and animation. Everybody has its own style, right? All of the artists have their own style. It admit Resistance can't use Leviathan, use Miss Tanks instead of supporting units. Yeah, we would like these changes to bump it up to more useful, to be a bit more useful. So this is Leviathan once again. Leviathan stats. We got 56 to 58% roughly. Sorry, 56 to 60. And then we have the Solaris here with 58 to 63. So Solaris is already in a pretty good place. We don't need to change it right now. Racing Spike's Family New Season. No, I haven't seen it yet, guys. I haven't seen it. Are these updates from today? Yes. Yesterday. The update was released yesterday. Let's keep watching it, by the way. Let's go back to watching the update video. We've got the Wasp update coming up next, so we'll have a look at that. Please show Hall of Fame. I'm not going to show the Hall of Fame. And actually, let me quickly go over why I'm not going to show Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is not a reliable way to look at balance in the game. Why? Because the exact same argument was posed by Resistance commanders for many, many, many years. We had questions from people asking, why is the Hall of Fame full of the Confederation commanders? Now it's going to be, why is the Hall of Fame full of Resistance commanders? Maybe Confederation commanders need to learn to adapt to new changes and figure out how to play in the changing environment. So yeah, next changes, we've got the Wasp here. The Wasp changes. We have had to lower the acid burst damage amplification effect on the Wasp. Why? Some of you might ask, because we just buffed the Wasp recently, we wanted to do good, but now suddenly it gets hit with a ban, or with a nerf bat. Why? Coming back to this change, Devastation damage increased by 20%. When we started testing this change, it quickly turned out that the Wasp needs to have its damage amplification lowered, because if you drop the good old combo of Levy Nuke with Wasp Acid Burst, it was broken. It was broken amounts of damage. We had to nerf it. Therefore, the Wasp had to have the Acid Burst damage amplification reduced now. In addition to that, we decided to offset these negative changes for the Wasp with some positivity, which is what the video is going to show in just a moment here, I presume. Acid Burst projectile damage doubled. So this is a minor thing, very admittedly. As you can see, the damage of the actual projectile is already quite low. Doubling it is definitely not really going to make it absolute broken, like stupid broken. It's not going to make it overpowered, and it's not going to make it delete units. It's going to dish out more damage against infantry for sure. But most importantly, I don't think the video actually goes over this. Or one of the more important changes that the video doesn't go over is that the Wasp can now fire do auto attacks while using the active ability. It no longer needs to stop firing while it's firing the active ability. And we're going to come back to that change in just a moment. But first we're going to have to talk about the Beholder. Let me check the comments again. Connie, you've ignored my question. I didn't ignore your question. I literally answered it. And I said the matchmaking is not what you say it is. And I also said that we're going to have a video come out on the matchmaking explaining exactly how it works. So you guys stop complaining about it. Hopefully. I know you're not. I know people are not going to stop complaining about it. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Nah, with double tap. Yeah, real. I mean, to be fair, as a double tap enjoyer, I am also a little miffed, but hey, you gotta adjust. You gotta learn how to play. Solaris have not window. Why have not good view range? I mean, what do you mean that it have not good view range? Solaris has really good view range. Solaris has 8 view distance for me. Same as a hammer. But it's got insane distance. It's got like really long firing range. You got to spot for your tank. You have to spot for your Solaris to, to be able to benefit from the long range cannon that it has. There's no need to nerf Mole. We'll go back to the Mole, but the Mole did not actually get nerfed. Guys, Mole did not get a nerf. Mole actually got a buff. It's the Bison that got a nerf, not the Mole. We'll talk about that later. Let's first talk about some of the heroes that come first in the video, yeah? Even I'm not playing with the Art of War 3 long enough, but when seeing the Confederation, especially its spirits and weaponry, so yeah, the Confed look quite tacky and the Resistance looks vulnerable against armor. Yeah, it's kind of the point here. But yeah, we have the Beholder also got changed. Its damage amplification was reduced from 50% to 40% at upgrade cap. This change was done to bring it in line with the Wasp, because we don't want the Beholder to be just straight up better than the Wasp. And 40 now both heroes do 40%. We think that it's balanced. We think that's more fair that way. And in return, since Beholder is actually a scout hero, we decided to improve its scouting capability. Like, look at this. Look at this, by the way. Also, just another thing. 50 and 40% damage amplification. Guys, resistance units are already made of paper. You think this 10% is gonna matter when you have Solaris literally deleting everything, and Atlas as well? Are you serious? Like, are you going to complain that the Beholder lost 10% damage amplification? Especially considering the fact that the Beholder gets even more buffs in a moment. Let's have a look at this. Hidden unit detection range increased the unit cap. Infantry force detection up to 5 cells. Submerged submarines up to 8 cells. Look at this look at this circle. Look at the size of this detection range. Isn't this insane? Isn't this amazing? You can actually detect this infantry way outside of its own vision range. This guy doesn't even see the Beholder from the position that he's in, and you can see him. That's incredible. Finally, you'll have a useful tool to clear out those goddamn trees from pesky rifleman scouts. It's amazing. And with submarines as well, obviously the Barracuda is not a very useful unit in general right now in Resistance versus Confederation matches, unless you've already won and you want to start shooting at ground. But still, in addition to that, the Beholder, does it say it here? No, it doesn't. In addition to that, something that was missed in the video and is not missed in the patch notes, I'll show it to you in just a second, guys. Let's have a look at the patch notes themselves. Beholder. Vision upgrades moved to earlier ranks, so if you're lower rank, your Beholder now becomes more useful earlier, and the hero can now attack while using the active ability. That's amazing. This means that no longer does the Beholder just hover there and while using the vulnerability scanner, not doing anything. It's now actually going to be able to benefit from its own active, just like every other hero can. And that means that it's going to be that much more useful on the first large container. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Alright. Let's keep talking about it. So now that we actually brought up... Oh, it's going to start the video over again. Yeah, yeah, it's going to start the video over again. Alright, now that we've talked a little bit about these changes, specifically Wasp and Beholder, let's have a look at some more graphs. I know you guys are excited. Hold your excitement for a little bit, guys. We love graphs. Let's have a look at... no, not these ones. Let's talk about the Beholder and Wasp. We're going to come back to the Seraphim and Mole in a second, but yeah. So, here's Beholder graph. Look at this. After the changes we've implemented in September, Beholder's win rate grew drastically. Look at this improvement. It started with 55% in August, and then September was when the patch hit. It climbed up to 58%. Now, in October, it had 62% win rate. 62%. Its win rate grew by 7% just from the changes we introduced in September, and now it's going to have even more useful changes to this. It's going to be even better now. It's going to be even better now. And you know, this is Mole. We have the Wasp here as well. Wasp's win rate also increased. You have to keep in mind that the increase in this is not going to be as big because the Wasp is simply played more often. There are way more players that have the Wasp unlocked, so it's going to be it's going to be more matches, so the increase in win rate for the Wasp is going to be less. But still, look at this, 51 to 54. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. Just look at this. Look at this graph, though, for the Beholder. My beloved. Beholder, my beloved. Destroyed with updates says Beholder usage is increasing and expect Salamander to do it like that. Reduce the recover health of Salamander. That I don't understand what your comment is. What is being destroyed? Beholder is clearly winning more now. So I don't understand what you were talking about. Also, guys, stop talking about the equal lobby. That's not what we're talking about. And if you're just here for codes, leave. If you're just here for equal lobbies, leave. I don't want you here. I'm just here to talk to people who are actually interested in the game and want to talk about the updates and what the future of the game is going to look like, because that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to host lobbies for you. I'm not here to distribute codes. I'm here to inform everyone. I'm here to explain the logic. I'm here to help you guys understand what is happening in the background instead of just going, the developers, they like the Resistance more. The developers like the Confederation more. Developers don't actually care what faction you play, guys. Like, there's a little secret. Developers don't actually care what faction you play. Do you play Resistance or you play Confed? It doesn't really matter to us. To us, it does not matter. We have pretty much equal amounts of both faction players, so what's the point of assuming? There's people that are saying things like, the developers are favoring Confederate. That's an argument I've seen a lot in the past, by the way. Developers are arguing favoring the Confederation because the Confederation is paying more. Do you have any source on these statistics, guys? The developers are favoring the Resistance because they live in Russia or whatever. Do you guys understand what you're saying? The Resistance and Confederation plot in the campaign doesn't even occur anywhere near those regions. It all happens in North and South America and Africa. What? We have a global war going on, and you guys are focused on modern day politics? Let me drink some tea. Good. Alright. We'll talk about the Seraphim as well. Yes, Pusang Pinoy. That is balance. I am talking about this right now. If you're not listening and not understanding what I'm saying, that's not my problem. That's your problem. I am explaining exactly what's happening behind these changes, and you just refuse to listen is not my problem. So I've already talked about the Leviathan and Solaris. If you haven't heard it, if you refuse to listen to it, that's not my issue, that's your issue. I've talked about the Beholder and the Wasp. The Beholder graph is right in front of you. If you refuse to see it, if you refuse to listen to it, that's not my problem, that's your problem. How many huge updates does Art of War 3 drop every year? Is there any fixed timeline? Just quickly answer that, Bishal. We have a roadmap for every year. We have plans. We post plans every time there's a new year. At the beginning of every year, we post about our plans for the current year. Not everything can be made because there's always complications during development. But generally speaking, you can always find a post with our plans. And we have also made a roadmap for in May. And recently, a couple months ago, we made a roadmap completion report of sorts to say how much of the roadmap was actually completed. Here's the full video of Gear Games event. That is in production. Alibra 3 saying it's to increase Leviathan use instead of Bison, then where is Solaris power increase? Solaris doesn't need any increase. It's already doing very good. Solaris is already doing very well. We don't need to increase the power of Solaris. It's already got 63% win rate. We don't need it. We don't need to improve Solaris. It's already doing great. It's already doing great. Let's talk about some more changes. Let's keep the video rolling and let's keep talking about this stuff. There's still the Beholder part. Unfortunate that it didn't make in the video that the Beholder can actually fire while using the active ability, but we don't have we aren't always able to fit everything in, and it's not really that big of a deal, so we had them in the news post instead. Next up, Seraphim. Seraphim does need a bit of a bump, and the best way we decided to make the changes to the Seraphim, we decided to buff its ground mode. Seraphim is already a very oppressive hero. If you play against the Seraphim, if you played against it in the past, you know. If you have a Seraphim in the back of your base, it's Jover. It's so Jover if you have the Seraphim in the back of your base. But we decided to not make its air mode stronger because it's already incredibly powerful. Instead, we're going to make the ground mode better. And with that regard, we increased its ground movement speed by 13%. That's a huge increase, in fact. Repair speed as well in both modes increased by 30%. So, as it shows perfectly in the video here, and as we've been explaining to you guys over and over and over again for months now, if you're struggling with a Salamander and you've... Okay, let's say that in here, first thing you should do if you have a Seraphim and your enemy has a Salamander is to never show the Salamander your Seraphim. Don't ever get close to the Salamander with your Seraphim. Wait for the Salamander to use its active ability on something else and then reveal your Seraphim. But if you missed it, if you missed the memo, if you don't know how, if you can't use the Seraphim, if you can't tap the Seraphim somehow, I don't understand it, how you can even do that personally as a Confederation player. It's literally a flying vehicle. You just move it backwards like a helicopter. And it got targeted by the Salamander. Land your Seraphim. Just land it. Just land the Seraphim, guys. Just put it on the ground. It literally has more armor in ground mode. That's first thing. You can put it under the shield protection. Second thing. Now, thirdly, because of the change, it's going to have more repair. So, even if you did get hit by the Salamander, it will repair faster. That's the whole thing. We already buffed Seraphim. Here's your Seraphim buff. It now moves faster in the ground mode, which means it's actually going to be able to catch up with your army. It's going to heal faster, which means that if you did take damage, if you did get hit by the Salamander, you're going to repair quicker. And no, Solaris is never getting its speed back. Solaris is already doing very good. Solaris is never getting its movement speed back. It's already... Do I have to tap the sign? Tap the sign. I have to tap the sign again. It's already in a great place. No need to buff the Solaris. We don't need to buff the Solaris. Why does the Confederation have so many heroes starting with S? Solaris, Seraphim, Scion. We'll pretend it starts with S. When will the new heroes come out? New heroes are not even announced yet. Not going to say anything about that. Color activity should be permanent. Oh my god, no. Ain't no way. Ain't no way the Beholder's activity is going to be permanent. It's a tier 1 hero. Are you serious? Do you want the... In that case, the Wasp's activity should also be permanent. Do you want that? I don't want that. What about the workshop upgrade? We have released the workshop update in May. It's all the way back in May. We already made it. Next up. Salamander. Salamander got a repair speed on land. It now matches its sea repair speed. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I think this change is, really minor. Anyway, the mole. Now this is a big change. We have the mole. Field repair workshop radius increased by 0.5 cells. And let's talk first about why did the mole need changes in the first place, okay? I'll show you the graph now. By the way, here's the Seraphim win rate. Guys, you were like, Seraphim is so weak! I can't play the Seraphim, it's so weak! Guys, 56, 55, 56 win rate. Really good win rate. It's really good win rate for a tier 2 hero. Really cool. It's really nice. Especially if you compare it to the mole. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Mole. Mole is like probably the only hero that has below 50% win rate, and that's a tragedy. That's a real tragedy. I'm a Mole stan. I want the Mole to like become a useful hero, but look at this. We need changes for our boy the Mole. Our boy Mole needs some changes, chat, and this is what we're gonna do to it, hopefully to improve it. The field repair workshop radius increased by 0.5 cells, so it's now actually going to cover more of your army. Maximum HP restoration rate is capped at 200 HP per second. Let's talk about this one. I just said, Mole needs a buff, and now you're gonna say, but Iconia, this is a nerf. This is not a Mole nerf, and I'll explain why. Mole's restoration rate restores HP of units and heroes in a percentage value. Yeah, it restores a certain percent of a unit or a hero per second. 200 HP per second. How many units do you think have a percent of, or like enough health to get 200 HP per second? Bison. Bison is the only hero, and Salamander at like class 12, but we're not going to talk about class 12 Salamander. Bison is the only hero that gets affected by this. So it used to be incredibly effective at repairing the Bison in particular. We decided to change that. We decided to cut that down. We capped it at 200 HP per second, which means that now a Bison is going to get repaired slower. Lol, you're not getting the Confederation problem, Iconia. Salamander not dying in Fog. Bison Salamander uses ability on Solaris or Atlas, and no unit on Confederation to defend against this attack. You getting hit by these abilities is already your fault. Your fault. I'm sorry to say this. This is a skill issue. If you are allowing yourself to just simply get hit by these and you don't have an answer to that, that's not my problem. And that's not a developer's problem. And it's not anyone's problem except yourself. Why didn't you have an answer to it? Why didn't you clear the fog? Why aren't you spreading out your units more so they don't get hit by every active ability at once while your units are all stacked up? I play against the Bison a lot in in playtesting. And hey, guess what? If you just spread your units out, Bison can hit all of them, and you actually can flank around the Bison, and with a wide front, you can destroy it. What's the issue? Solaris can just maneuver around the Bison's side. Bison's armor is frontal. It's a cone. It's a small cone in front of it. You don't even have to go all around its back. You can just hit it from the side. Hit it from the side. Vertex is incredibly powerful against it. Thors are incredibly good against fog. Scion is incredibly good against fog. Atlas deletes the fog. I don't understand what the issue is. How just thinking about it. How are you using your Solaris if you're getting hit by the Bison active? It's so slow. How? It's so slow. You get hit by Bison active as Solaris? Are you serious? Wasp's active ability can cause damage, while Beholder ability is only to see inside the fog. It has the damage amplification effect on it. The Beholder active has a damage amplification effect on it. Do you not see? Like, let's go back here. Hey, do you see how much damage Wasp's active does with its active? Oh my god, insane! Overpowered, broken! These units lost like a sliver of their health. Oh my god, I have to report this to the developers. This is insane. Insane. Nah, this cannot do. This cannot do. Mole's repair rate and healing boosts are additive. I mean, when the healing boost is restoring, they work independently of each other. So Mole's healing is like separate. It's like a thing of its own. So let's go back here to the Mole, yeah? Where's the Mole? Mole! So yeah, going back to this. there are no units that actually get affected by this. So the mole is going to be exactly the same at repairing your army units. As you can see, it's just repairing the entire army just fine. But Bison is going to repair less from it now. And in return, we decided to buff Mole in addition by making the automatic turrets last longer and make them more durable. Turrets just get deleted by everything. Like, it doesn't even matter. You have Zeus, just collateral damage, destroys every single turret in existence. And if you bait them out, like if you attack somebody and they place down their turrets and you just move away for like a few seconds and then come back, the Mole is already kind of spent. Yeah. So this change will allow the turrets to be used, like it will be used easier because you don't have to worry about them just getting baited. And their durability is going to be increased, which means they're going to survive a little longer, dish out some more damage. So hopefully this will help the Mole bump up its win rate because, guys, let's pour one out for our poor boy Mole, please. One for Mole, please. One for Mole and Mole for one. We need some buffs for our boy Mole. I'm happy that it's getting buffed. It's definitely a good change here. Well, it's very useful, but it's more difficult than Salamander. Maybe the reason it has less win rate. That's very possible. That's a very good comment. That's a very good comment coming from Harrow006. Shout out. Really good comment. Like that. Ignoring 80% of my questions. I am busy talking. I can't answer every single question. I don't even see any questions that you have. You posted a comment, and then you posted another comment telling me that I'm not doing good, telling the community to get out is bad. I'm not telling the community to get out. I'm telling the people who are here for their own selfish reasons of just getting codes or just getting training lobby or whatever. I'm here not for this. I'm here not as your lobby provider. I'm not here as your code provider. I'm here to explain and inform about things. Just be nice, Econia. I'm trying to be nice. I'm I'm as nice as I can be. I'm nice guy trademark. Delta buff when? I hope we're gonna get something done with the sea. We just didn't have okay, the reason why there's no changes about Navy in this update is basically because we didn't have the resources yet to touch up on it. So we're going to, hopefully, the developers are going to consider some changes to Naval. But, yeah. Actually put on the second promo code here. Balance update 81. Beholder need to collect containers. No, guys. That's the Wasp's feature. That's the Wasp's unique feature. Tip love to watch and listen to your videos. Ranked 19th recently. Oh, thank you. Love you guys. So, I love my viewers. I love every one of you here. You're all guys amazing. I love you. Love you all here. If you're here after I kicked everyone who's just here for the lobby or the code out, I love you. You're amazing. Keep it up. Anyways, there's still a couple more things to talk about. Here. Let me hide this. Actually, is there anything else to talk about here? I think the Mole is where it ends. Yeah, the Mole is where it ends. So I'm going to leave this on loop so that it moves, but something moves in the background, yeah? So we have something to look at. And finally, I have one more graph to show you guys. Let's have a look at these beautiful Beholder and Wasp graphs, by the way. The Beholder one in particular. I love this. This is so good. I'm so happy for my girl Beholder. She's climbing up. Look at that. She's going up. She's... Okay, I don't think I should be making the hand motion. Sorry. Mole isn't defensive, but the durability for turret is low. It's not an offensive hero, no. Yeah, it's a support hero. Yeah, the Psion win rate, as I think Seraphim is still most used than Psion. I don't have Psion, I don't have Salamander, I don't have Atlas or Bison here either, because they're not the focus of today's update. What hand? The AI chat summary is smoking? I don't even know. Do you think the rate of fire for Beholder needs slightly increasing? It would also look cooler if twin cannons fired one after another and at the same time. Personally, as a Beholder enjoyer, I'm willing to fight for more Beholder buffs, but I don't know if it's going to be related to her combat capabilities. Most people are gonna leave now. Firstly, that's inappropriate, and secondly, I don't care. Let them go. The ability of Beholder don't cost them. I just talked about this like a few seconds ago. Like a few minutes ago, I just talked about the. Never mind. Let's just keep talking. I'll pretend I didn't see this comment. I'll pretend I didn't read this, and I'll pretend you didn't write it. Because, oh my god, just go back a few minutes in the stream. In the stream. Need more Beholder buff? Yes. How's my XP doing? I guess you're doing good. Not sure. I go anyway. The server doesn't work. Like the game server? I don't know. I'm logged in. It should be working fine. Are you in love with Beholder? No. Resistance infantry needs speed nerf. It already runs through trees and an advantage. I don't think so. I mean, the resistance infantry is fast, but it's way more fragile. Like, one-on-one, the assault always wins against the rifleman, so I don't think so. I don't think so. It's supposed to be faster, but weaker. What's your favorite hero? I don't know. That's hard. I think Psion is probably better. Like, I love Psion because I can always rely on the Psion to do good. Every time I make Psion, I can always rely on it to just make plays. You know, it really feels awesome making plays with Psion. Kunny's in love with them all. I mean, no. I just like underdogs. You have Graph of Psion? No, I don't have. I just explained it. Nightsel isn't listening to my stream either. No. I don't have the new heroes, and I don't have Wasp and Salamander because they're not the focus of this update. Maybe Beholder collects supplies like Wasp. No. That's not Beholder's feature. So, okay. Each hero has a special feature. Wasp's special feature is that she can collect containers. Just like lowers down. Beholder's special feature is the expanding like scanner, like when she's stationary. We can't let Beholder collect containers because that invalidates Wasp's feature. Getting things regarding testing setting concentrate. Okay. What did F say? Resistance is faster. That's just kind of like a philosophy. Like it's a design philosophy. The Confederation is bulky, tanky. Resistance is faster and like more sneaky. It's just like a design philosophy for the factions. Free and ad crates are bad and they not give many stuffs, especially they're fine, dude. You'll open enough of them, it's gonna be fine. Don't need anything, just Beholder buff or speed buff. She only depends on passive to survive. One Hawk just kills her. I mean, to be honest, if a Hawk doesn't kill Beholder, I would see that as a problem. Beholder is she's a relatively flimsy tier 1 hero. So if she gets intercepted by the Hawk or Vertex, I'd expect her to just die. But the passive duration is already quite long. If we look at the passive duration for the Beholder, holographic camouflage, at class 5, her passive ability is already 8.8 seconds. And, little fun fact, if you didn't know, it also decreases the damage. So if she procs it reduces the damage taken for 8.8 seconds. That's a lot. 8.8 seconds is quite a lot of time if you think about it in like terms of game speed. Beholder has a pretty long-lasting passive. Been a great gear games work, giving information all year. Learn a lot of things from you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to be the voice that connects you guys and the developers. That's the whole point of me being here talking about this right now. So, you know what? Your screen is messed up. It's probably a little bit. Like let's move this graph here so that we can see the promo code a little bit better. But yeah. Last graph I wanted to show you, guys. There's one more graph to show. Guys, I've looked at this and I was shooketh. I wanted to check how the shield is performing. After the updates, shield is performing better. Everyone in the Confederation, every comment, every Facebook post from Confederation players that are complaining or whining is that the shield is too weak. The shield is unusable. We can't use the shield anymore. It's so weak. blah 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 blah. Guys, look at this. The shield win rate has gone up. I honestly don't understand how. Maybe it's because people started building more shields to cover for the change, but the shield win rate has gone up. I don't understand why, but anyway. Nerf shield, nerf con, resistance weak, nerf everything. Dude, the shield is performing better now. Did we even nerf it at all? Like, it looks like we buffed the shield massively, according to this graph. Like, look at this. It was at 57% in August, and then we nerfed it, and it was at 57% still in September, so nothing changed for it. And then somehow in October, it did even better. It had 61% win rate. Hashtag more girl avatars. To be honest, even when Beholder is a merit player that uses that even once, whether I don't understand these comments. For people like you, whose song, that's a long name. For people like you, like, my stream might as well not exist because you're not listening to anything I say anyway. So what's the point? So yeah. A little fun fact for you guys. The shield has actually been performing better after the patches. It's impossible. I don't understand how, but hey. About Chameleon HP then? No, because a Chameleon is actually... I don't have the graph for the Chameleon, but I also looked at that as well because I was curious. Chameleon is doing, like, it's the exact same graph, basically. So Chameleon also has like 57, 57, and 60 something. 62, 63. So it's fine. I not see anything. I mean, you probably, like, because it's too small. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's small, but I can once again go over what the graph actually is, just in case people already forgot. So this graph is data for the past 3 months on the unit win rates. So matches where a unit was produced at least once. And these are statistics taken for players who are rank 18 or higher and have win ratios of 80% or higher. Funny we knew how to buff Confed players. Maybe Confed players should, play better. Give us some info for the event players. I could actually do that. So the event is coming late November. The next event is coming late November. It's going to have a new mechanic. It's going to have an all-new mechanic for gathering the event currency. We're still going to gather event currency, but it's going to be a new mechanic. Yeah? It's going to be a new mechanic. Not just it spawns and then you collect it. You have button to buff players like you. Unfortunately, no, that's not how it works. I'd like to try to use Beholder more, especially as a spy. It would be cool if it could be more stealth, especially if not moving. Just like Confederation hide in the trees, perhaps Beholder can hide in the clouds while stationary. So we can spy on bases a little more tactically, etc. We'll think about it. We'll think about the ways to make the Beholder better. Can you show overall win rate? Overall win... I don't know what you mean by that, Super D. Chameleon is impossible to graph based on its usage. It's just too much variable. I mean, this... Yeah, obviously, right? We have to take into account that these units are special vehicles, and therefore they don't do damage. But still, the win rates are... this is a win rate graph for every game where a shield was produced. Albato's win rate for 17 to 19 plus and 80% plus win rate. Firstly, I can't show like any other statistic right now because I don't have it anymore. Like, I've prepared these graphs in advance and I don't have them open right now. And if I wanted to open them right now, I would have to stop streaming because I would have to switch connections. And that would, not be very good for the stream. I'd have to stop streaming, connect to like a protected network where all the data is, and then go do the graphs in real time and spend time on doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Tenacious Dragon. You're welcome. Let's answer some questions. I'm gonna answer some questions. Yeah, VPN. We have a company VPN. When will we get skill rank 23 plus? You mean skill series? We're not planning to introduce any right now. Give resistance player C map to win, bro. Confed already better on any map. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Navy, and personally, currently, the naval maps are definitely resistance-sided. It's harder to play Confederation. How to hack this game, bro? Are you kidding me? Hide user on this channel. Are you kidding? Literally, why would you ask the community manager that question? How can you prove that you are Iconia, not a quad hunter? That's good. Meow. What happened to unit modification? Haven't heard about it in a while. They're coming soon. Well, soon. They are in development. Not yet, like soon. But actually, we're gonna be releasing a video. It should be the first quarter of 2026. Hopefully we can watch the battle IDs. During the event, we're going to run the Send Us Your Battle ID event again for rewards. Connie is a woman who uses AI faceover to appear like a cat-loving guy. True. I mean, what? 2v2v2? That would be nice. We would like to introduce also... It would be cool if we could make group tournaments. That's also something we're working at. New Heroes at 2026? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Probably. Possibly. I would expect it, but I don't know. Unit modifications first, then everything else after that. Hi, like Heroes upgrade tree, maybe 2 ahead to see what they do. No, that's not going to be happening either. Not planned. Will shield ever get fixed? What do you mean fixed? What do you mean fixed? Apparently it's already fixed. Look at the win rates. 61.5% for the shield after the changes. Which are first, new units or new heroes in your opinion? I don't know. I'm gonna guess the new heroes because they are going to be easier to produce. Get good confed scrub. I'm trying. Any new flags coming? Not currently, sorry. Barracuda rework when? Eventually, I hope that the Barracuda is going to get changes. Are they 2 updates ago versus last update, or what is the current balance already? Hard to say. Would be cool if there is a Clan Wars or tournament. Clan Wars is a feature that's like in a long... It's in a freezer right now. We have some features that are like in long planned development. Clan Wars is one of them. It would be interesting, but I can't say that it's gonna be next year or it's in development because it's currently not in development, but we want to do it. Oh my god, this song and dance again. I went over this. I'm going over this every single stream. And people are still asking, so I'm just going to assume that people aren't listening, and therefore I'm not going to answer. Are we getting a gator with legs? No. No, okay, we're getting into the silly questions territory, huh? Any update for Psion? No. Personally, I think Psion is in a really good spot right now, from personal experience. I haven't looked at the statistics, but from personal experience, using Psion, I think Psion is in a really good spot. In-game translation. That is a quality of life feature. We would like to develop it, but once again, I can't provide a timeline for it. Coney became a father before GTA 6. I am not a father, guys. Next year we see transports, and with that I think we should get more dedicated maps towards them, because the current maps don't really make sense to the transports. That's assuming that the transports will be released. It would be cool. It would be cool. Good idea, Night Soul. Wait, what was a good idea? Alligator with legs? No. Wasp and Beholder could get his vision pulse upgrade requirements lowered. Possible, not sure. How many developers are in gear games responsible for Out of 4? Hard to say. I can't even estimate a certain number. It feels like about half and half are working on War Legends and Art of War, but I might be mistaken, because some of the departments are worked by like the same people. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to even estimate that amount. When is War Legends coming out? Great question. I don't know the answer to that. You can join the War Legends Discord. They have a Discord server, and if you join their War Legends Discord, and you can ask their community manager that question. We also need an Iconia for War Legends. Just clone me. Resistance. I already answered those kind of comments. Not gonna go over this again. Delta Rush is annoying. Is it though? Like, depending on the faction you play, you gotta be able to scout it out. Like, if you're playing Resistance Navy, an alligator can destroy like 5 deltas, I think. So you should go into the alligator as soon as possible. See how you play Confederation next time, and they're going to these updates. We'll see what you say. I've already played, like, after the shield nerf came out, people are saying, "Oh, let's see how Iconia plays now." And I've been winning. I've been winning on stream. You can go back and watch on like my stream gameplay. I've been playing competitions and winning. But yeah, next when there's a next event, obviously I'll be playing. I'll be streaming myself playing the game. So, you know, you'll be able to see how I play. If you don't want to go back to my older streams, that is. Out of topic questions. Will we use your Art of War VTuber account to stream again? Probably never. I don't like that account because I have a personal YouTube page. Just Iconia Angelus, not the Art of War 3 Iconia Angelus. And I do stream a variety of games there. Basically stuff that I like playing outside of Art of War. But whenever there's an event and I want to play more Art of War, I'm also playing Art of War on that channel. Yes, they have no idea how hard to play with Resistance. Wait. Is developers' goal making every unit, every hero's win rate and use rate reach 50% because that isn't possible? No, obviously not. That's a stupid goal. What is the basis of making unit and hero changes from that perspectives? The idea is to make heroes perform in a more or less equal manner. So, for example, I showed Leviathan and Solaris graphs earlier. Leviathan was doing worse than Solaris. We bump it up. Maul was doing worse than other heroes. We bump it up. Beholder and Wasp were doing worse than their counterparts. We bumped them up, and now here where they are. Look where they are now. So basically, the point of buffing units or heroes is to bump up the underperformers compared to other units and heroes. We would like the available options to be attractive to players, yeah? So when you're picking a hero, we don't want you to just go, I always build Cerberus because Cerberus is just better than Beholder. Or I always build Solaris because I think Solaris is always better than Atlas. We want players to be thinking, do I want Beholder this game, or do I want the Cerberus? Or do I want to build the Cerberus first and then switch into Beholder, you know? It should be a more tactical decision. Okay, this is a non-English comment, and I already see that I can kind of understand what it means. And I am already not willing, I don't want to answer it, because I already went over this so many times in this stream today. Starting next week, Leviathan CP, we need to read enemies' messages in reply battle for premium user? No. In replay battle. Replay mode and spectator mode improvements are planned also, but not in immediate development. What is your real name? I would like to not reveal that, personally. But some people already know it's Nikolai. We want speed to be visible on units, like we already have range as better improvement. You mean like when you select it? How do you display it? Like where do you display the speed when you select the unit? It's easier with range because it's an actual circle around the unit, but how do you display speed? Like under the unit? That's gonna be a lot of clutter. free replay option. No. People already invested their money into getting this feature. Making it free now will make them upset. Understandably, they will get angry because they spent money on this. At the time I realized most start over 3 players are bad at reading and listening, apparently. Iconia isn't your real name? No, it's not, sorry. I actually did have somebody asked me if I'm Greek and if Iconia is my real name, but it's not. Radium storage buff? No. Use batteries. How you measure win rate? How those graphs are made? So, let's go over this graph, for example, the shield graph. It's a little easier if you can see it. So, you can see all of these are, imagine these are, this is a pool of games played. So, a player has, every time a player has played a match, and they produced a shield, at least one shield, because this is the shield graph. If they produced at least one shield, that game ends up in this pool, yeah? And this graph in particular also sets a limit that we only want to see games played by people with rank 18 or higher and win rates 80 or higher. So these are all the games played by all the players that are rank 18 or higher. They have 80% or more win rate. And if they won the game, then it ends up in the bottom section, the green one. If they lost, it ends up in the top section, the loss one. So that's how these graphs are calculated. And these are over a period of time. So you can see on the bottom here we have time. We have this is over the past 3 months. Just realized that Coney is an anagram. It's not. Have devs considered making larger maps? Even larger? Even larger? We already have maps that are 100 by 100 cells. Theirs are pretty big already. My name is Sloth. Oh, I'm sorry. Now it's a nerf. No, and if you want to understand why, you have to roll back to the beginning of the stream. Will there ever be a control feature where you can move unit groups or units in a formation? You can set units and spec off cells and get them to move at the same speed, but combining them with groups and formation would be cool. It would be really cool, Stuart. It would be insanely cool. I love when strategy games allow your units to move in formation. For example, old games like Age of Empires, they have your units automatically form formations. But in our game, it would be very difficult due to pathfinding. There would be a lot of pathfinding issues because units would try to not only find the shortest path to the destination that they need, but also consider that they need to remain in formation, and it would just break. It would break a lot of pathfinding logic. When will we make 4v4? Never. We're never planning to make 4v4 game modes due to matchmaking reasons. We want matchmaking to actually happen, and we want players to be reliably matched into their games. The game would be too laggy with random supply, and also it would be too laggy, yes. 4v4 with curated players. No, guys. No point. No point showing a 4v4 game mode if it's not getting introduced to players. Does this graph include AI? I mean, I don't think so. I think it doesn't. Because it's only battle statistics. I think it's only PvP. And, like, competition modes. It's not including skirmishes. Opponent selection is like this. Bro is talking about the opponent selection like they have knowledge. Like, people are... I love people who just love talking about things they have no idea about. Is the skill tree 10 plus or 15 plus? Anything. It doesn't... This data does not account for skill trees. Do developers make bigger and badder maps? Jet fighters might need aircraft carriers? Yeah. I think bigger maps we're not planning to make. 100 by 100 cells is a pretty good size, we find. Why we have avatars for all heroes but not for Seraphim and Mole? Maybe in the future we'll have avatars for Seraphim and Mole, just not yet. Can Alpha 3 update their wiki, make new lore or story? We don't have an official wiki, and new lore or story is being introduced through social media. So if you want to read more stories or lore that I write the lore, guys. If you want to read more, you can always read it on social media. By the way, it's also going to be featured more in the game on competition descriptions. So we have every competition mode has a lore description that I participate in creation of. Having 1v1 AI mode? Nope. Absolutely not. We're not introducing an offline mode or 1v1 AI mode, because if you're playing those, you're not part of matchmaking for PvP, and that lowers the quality of matchmaking for everyone else. We don't want that. What would be lore of weak-looking Saboteur? I mean, it might be weak-looking, first of all, but we don't know how strong it's gonna be, and there will be a lore for it, but that hero is not currently... Let's not talk about that. How many crew operate Leviathan anyway? That's a good question. Probably a lot. It's a big flying cruiser. How many times did they win when using chameleons? The same value, the same amount. So pretend that, like, you can imagine this same graph, but instead of shield, it's chameleon. It's gonna be the same values. Introduce one laser tank. It would be really cool. I would like there to be like not just the beholder kind of laser that just goes pew pew. It would be cool if we had like a continuous beam weapon. Why is It 3 not an offline game, at least partly? I already explained this just now. That will reduce the quality of matchmaking. And many others have an issue where if I put my game into the background, the game automatically makes me leave the current lobby. That's something you have to like talk to support about, I think. I don't know about this issue, personally. Haven't encountered this issue before. I can see the graph numbers. It's a bit small, but the graph numbers are 57.7, 57.8, like for win rates, right? The bottom one number. 57.7, 57.8, and 61.2. How does it take 13 seconds for a man to be born and grow up to get out of barracks? And on that note, I think I'm going to be ending the stream today. What a beautiful note to end today's stream on. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for asking questions. Thank you guys for talking about the changes in a healthy and balanced and fair way. Thank you for being here. Love you all. You're all amazing. I wish the best of all for you. And be excited for the new event that's coming later this month. In fact, I'm going to say the event is next week, guys. Next week we're gonna have an event. So get ready. We're gonna have an all new event. It's gonna be really cool. Can't wait to see you next Friday talking about it. It's gonna be really fun. I enjoyed playtesting it. Hopefully you guys will like playing it. I've been Iconiangelos, the community manager at Gear Games. You've been you, and I will see you all next Friday. Bye.